Are you happy? No, seriously, answer the question. Are you happy? Tell me to the screen. It's just me and you. I'm your therapist. Okay. Go ahead. Give it to me. Are you happy? Generally speaking, are you happy? I'll wait for it. Go ahead. Okay. Well, lucky for you. What's up? Wellness Week Live. It's just me and you. Me and you. Here we go. By the way, I'm only giving my opinion. I'm not giving any medical advice in any shape, form, fashion, or way. Always check with healthcare professionals. I don't know shit. I'm a DJ. Look, it says it right here. DJ Anthony. DJ. Okay. So let's talk about happiness. I have the scientific study right here. See that? The we and let me just make a note real quick because an addendum, an amendment to this here, I would say. But okay, the okay. So we all want to be happy, but it seems like it's hard, right? Especially nowadays. I don't know. Things seem so complicated. I don't know, but excuse me. I beat this cough, by the way. I had this cough for God knows how long. I beat it, but now I'm like, oh, there's nothing going on. But I don't know. Okay, hold on. So we all want to be happy, but what is stopping you? What is stopping you from being happy? I have the list. The top three reasons, the top three things that you have to do to be happy or attain. And it sounds easy on paper, but it's hard. It seems like it's hard. And here comes my dog. You want to make a guest appearance? No, he just wants to bust chops. Okay, he's a 10-pound Shih Tzu. He's a little guy. His name Rocky. Okay, so let's talk about number one: relationships. And I mean all types of relationships. The number one way to be happy in life is to have relationships. Now, I'm not talking about, I got a friend. I talk to him once a year. He lives in Mongolia and I'm here in Jersey. That's not good. Okay. That's not a bad thing to have, a friend that you talk to once a year. That's okay. But that's not what I'm talking about. To really be happy in life, you need relationships and you need so the ace card would be this. You have a lover, right? That you're all kissy with, your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. And then you have friends, then you have family, then you have colleagues, and acquaintances. Those five. If you got all those five, man, you're good. I'm getting all emotional. Then you're good. But that's tough. But the number one way to be happy is relationships. So our family, our friends, and not only to have them, but to connect with them. So going back to the guy, hey, I speak with my girlfriend and my guy friend once a year. No, when I say friendships, I'm not talking about the stupid cell phone. I'm texting. That's bullshit. I'm talking about, do you have people that you see weekly, face to face, shake a hand, give a hug, give a kiss, that you can talk to, family or friends, or your husband or wife, lover. That is the key. If you have that, I would say you got about 80%. You're 80% home. And I'll tell you a kind of a sad story. Kind of sad, but I don't know, kind of a story of hope too. So many years ago, I used to volunteer at my local hospital. I was a volunteer at the hospital. So one of my jobs was to admit and discharge patients. So I was like a glorified candy striper. And I like volunteering. I like giving back in my time. I like giving back money and all that stuff. So I was the volunteer, right? Just one of the volunteers. And so people going into the hospital, getting admitted for whatever it may be, not emergency, but like, elected surgeries or whatever. They're going to give birth next week or 2 days or whatever. It could be anything that's not an emergency. So I wheel them into their room or I just help them discharge. They get the discharge papers and okay, room 14, you got to take out Mrs. Jones or Mr. Jones. Okay. And I wheel them, out of the hospital and outside to their awaiting car or family or friends that are waiting to pick them up. Okay. So one day, I get a call, in the volunteers room. Okay. We have to, take someone's leaving the hospital. So I go up to whatever third floor, room, whatever, 317, and I take out whatever, we'll call her Mrs. Jones. So I'm wheeling out Mrs. Jones. And oftentimes when you're wheeling people out, you get a little chit chat sometimes, where you're from, this and that. It's normal, right? So I'm wheeling out Mrs. Jones. And she's like very, very happy. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to go home. My family's waiting for me." And I said, "Oh, this is great, Mrs. Jones. What car should I look for when we go outside?" She's like, "A silver Honda, whatever." Okay, great. She's like, "Yeah, oh, I just I'm so just overjoyed. I can't wait to see my grandkids and my husband, and my sister's gonna be home. We're all gonna have a big dinner." I said, "That's great." She's like, I don't have long to live though. I have a particular type of cancer, she tells me. I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry to hear that." And she's like, "But I just can't wait to go home to see everybody. And my prognosis is not good, but um, you know, like I said, she's like, I just can't wait to go home." And this woman was happy. Like you would never know. She just got a death sentence. Like she was just overjoyed to go to her family and friends are waiting for her. So we were outside. There are family and friends. They're hugging and kissing her. They got balloons and stuff. And she goes off. Half hour later, I get another call to discharge somebody from the fourth floor, whatever, room 405. It was a young man, and I'm wheeling him down, right? He's talking to me, as I'm wheeling him down, and he's like, Anthony, telling me, "I'm gonna miss this place." I'm behind him pushing the wheelchair. I'm like, "Miss this place?" I'm like, "You're gonna miss the hospital?" And so he goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna miss this place. Everyone taking care of me, and just enjoyed the conversation with the doctors and the nurses." And he's like, "I just had a heart operation, and thank God." He's like, "Thank God I'm fine. I'm gonna make a full recovery." He's like, "But yeah, I'm gonna miss this place." And he was sad. He was depressed. Like he wasn't happy. I'm like, "Here's a guy. He's cured. Okay, he's good to go. Younger guy in his 40s. Like the world is his oyster. No, he's got a great prognosis. There's no problems." You would think he had the cancer. He was so depressed, and I'm like, as I'm wheeling him down the hallway, I go, what car should I look out for? Like when your friends or family come. He's like, I don't have any friends or family. He's like, "I'm just gonna take a taxi." I'm like, "Oh." He's like, "Yeah, I don't have anyone." And I said, that just hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, whoa. I learned something that day. Like, yeah, if you don't have relationships, if you don't have friends and family and loved ones, it's worse than death. It really is worse than death. And you could be healthy and everything's good, and it could and you could kind of want to almost just crawl up in a ball and die. And it was the tale of those two people. The woman had terminal cancer, but she had friends and family. You would know it. She was happier than happy could be. The guy gets done with his heart operation. He's cured. There's no problems. He's healthy. He's fine. And he was miserable. He didn't want to leave the hospital, and he wasn't looking forward to leaving. And he was very depressed because he had no one. He was going to call a taxi or an Uber. And I was just like, wow. That showed me that relationships are more important than your health, because we're all going to die. It's all relative. You live to 100, you live to 90, you live to 30. It's a blink. It's the quality of that life. And obviously, we all want to live a healthy, long life to 110, but that's not how life works. And I just learned something there. I was like, wow, relationships really, really matter. I never really thought about that myself until I saw that stark reality that day within a half hour of each other. And yeah, so relationships mean everything. And I'm not saying you have to have everyone be your best friend. I'm not saying that, but you have to have relationships. And us guys out there, guys, you're listening, we're horrible at this, right? Once we get out of high school or college, it's like, I don't need anybody. I got my wife, I got my girlfriend, I got my dog. That's good, but you need more than just a boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, dog. You need to have that safety net. And again, safety meaning for your mind and body and soul. Friends. I'm not saying everyone has to be a best friend. It's okay to have an acquaintance, but you have to engage with them. Shake hands or give a hug or go out for a beer or coffee weekly. You need to, the internet, social media, texting, that's not, that's a cheap copy of the real thing. You friends, family, acquaintances, colleagues, that's everything. Everything. That's why it's at the top of the list. Now, the second one would be food to be happy. What you eat can depress you or make you happy. We know this, a scientific fact. You don't have to believe me. Speaking of beer, liquor, alcohol will depress you, will suppress you, will hurt you. Now, initially, yes, you're like, hey, I feel good. But in the long run, it destroys your kidneys, your liver, your spleen, your bone marrow, your muscle, your hair, your nails, your skin. It destroys your brain where all these hormones are, your gut, the gut brain connection for health and happiness. So, what we eat, what we drink can help us. If you're eating vegetables and fruits and fish and you're staying away from fried crap and you're staying away from processed carbs, pasta bread, chips, cake, cookies, muffins, that's cute. But cereals, it's all garbage. It will literally make you throughout a year on average have worse days and worse weeks than having better weeks. So this processed food crap will destroy you and that will make you unhappy. So what we eat can help us. Water, not soda. Water, not alcohol. Water, not juicy drinks. Water, not these power drinks. Water. These all add up. I'm not saying it's a silver bullet, but eating clean, eating the way God intended, God made over man made. And please don't say, oh, I get the money. How many shoes do you have? You have the latest phone? How big is the television at home? Do you hang out with the boys? Do you hang out with the girls? You have a big holiday every year where you overspend. Everyone's getting $300 gifts. You ain't got it. You got it though, right? Okay, so you got money to drink water. You got money to not, have junk food. Have some grapes. I mean, seriously, a bushel of bananas is like $1. So when you eat and drink can help and hurt you, can make you happy, literally. When we feed our gut healthy bacteria, pro and prebiotics, pickles, bananas, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, broccoli, cauliflower. It depends how you cook it. You can make it yummy. These are things that are going to help the gut, your stomach, and that is connected to your brain. It will make you happier or will destroy you if you're eating crap. Again, fried foods and cake and cookies and pasta and bread, pasta bread, chips and sweet stuff. That's all if you're eating that weekly, yeah, it's bad. I'm not saying don't have a birthday party or holiday, but yeah, when that's part of your weekly diet, it's going to make you have higher odds of being depressed and sad if you're eating vegetables and fruits and salmon and chicken baked or grilled, not fried. You're going to have more odds of being happier. That's not my opinion. Go look it up for yourself. Okay. Exercise. I'm not talking about Rocky Balboa, but if you want to be happier, again, scientific fact, don't believe me, exercise. You don't have to be Rocky. You don't have to go, I'm sweating my ass off, but get up, walk. That's free. Walk, free. Okay. And you got money for the gym too. But anyways, get out an hour, minimum hour a day. Costs nothing to get up and walk. Motion. We know for a fact that when you're moving, okay, you're releasing endorphins from your brain. It literally forces you to be happier. Again, I'm not saying it'll be perfectly happy, but it's going to higher the chances. And instead of having a real shitty day, you'll have it was an okay day. Better that than, so getting out, walking, hitting the gym, walking your dog, walking yourself. If you can swim, swim. You want to do yoga, like all these things most of them are free. So there's no excuse. You don't have to join a multi-million-dollar gym. Okay. Those are the top 3 actually, but I'm going to give you a bonus round because I love you. Okay. Who loves you? Work, what you do for work. Now, this is a tough one because, you got 3 or 4 kids, you got bills, you can't just quit your job. You know what I mean? You got the golden handcuffs, you're done. But younger people listening to me, pick something you love. Don't worry about the money. You're going to make money. Stop. So pick something you love and you'll be okay. Because I always say the 2 most important, in my opinion now, the 2 most important things you do in life is who you marry and what you do for a living. You get both right, you're on easy street. You get one of them right, yeah. You get none of them right, you're done messed up. But work is important. When you're doing something that you love or you like a lot, that's a game changer. It's another type of marriage, really, because you're going to be at work longer than you're going to be with your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend. I mean, think about that, right? You work an 8-hour day, 10-hour day. You're not with your loved one for 8-10 hours. So your work is in many ways more important than who you marry. Who you marry or who you get with is important, yes, but work is important. So try to, don't be so caught up in the money. I get it. if you're already in the hole and you can't leave the job, you can't leave the job. Then work on your exercise, work on your nutrition. But anyways, what you do for a living is very important. The other bonus I would say is sleep. I understand. I got time to sleep. Shh, quiet. Sleep is big time important, right? We need to be getting minimum 8 hours, preferably. And there's an old saying: if you have a choice between an extra hour at the gym or an extra hour of sleep, always pick sleep. Always pick sleep. Always pick the extra hour, extra 10 minutes of sleep. You got to prioritize that. So, when you're in your bed, no cell phone. You know what I mean? When you're going to go to bed. Blackout lights, no television, don't do anything that's going to engage your brain really. Maybe reading a book possibly, but nothing with lights and, none of that stuff. Sleep is so important. Also, what we eat can help us sleep. If you're eating certain foods, and I'm not saying eat right before you sleep, but if you're eating like 5-6 hours before you sleep, things with tryptophan in it, that's turkey, milk, warm milk, and certain other foods, you can research this, but releases a chemical called tryptophan, which will help you sleep. Staying away from the juicy drinks and a lot of sugar. Alcohol will help you get to sleep initially, but it doesn't help you stay into REM sleep, though. That's the problem. So alcohol lulls you to sleep initially, but you don't get a deep, lasting sleep. So just stay away from alcohol. It's garbage altogether. But anyways, so sleep's important. You can't make excuses. You have to try to find a way to get, and we all can. Don't tell me you can't. Everyone can get better sleep and longer sleep. I'm not saying maybe you can't get 8 hours. Maybe you can. You probably can. But anyways, we know when you get good sleep, you have lower chances. You lower your chances of heart disease. You lower your chances of cancer. You lower your chances of depression. You lower your chances of being sad. You lower your chances of anxiety. You lower your chances of stress by getting good sleep. I'm not saying none of these things are going to happen to you, but you lower the odds. And you're also better able to maintain and fight through stress and anxiety when you have a good night's sleep. So sleep's important. The other thing, last thing, and notice this is the last thing actually. It's at the bottom of my list. Notice I didn't mention money. Money is the least thing that's important, honestly. Like, yes, you have to pay your bills. Duh. But do you need the latest, leased automobile? Do you need the latest phone? Do you need to go on the big vacation? Do you need to go to the most popular, best school? No, you don't. So money, you need how many shoes do you have? Like money is really, you got to pay your bills, but it's the last thing on the list here. So money is important though. We know that if you have a little extra scratch, you're not as stressed. And I know that some people, they're working their hardest, no doubt. But there's a lot of people out there that are not working their hardest, that are just like making bullshit excuses, that really need to get 3 jobs instead of 1 job. So, and I'm speaking from experience. Like I got 3 businesses, God knows, but I know what it is to work 3 or 4 or 5 jobs. And so, am I saying that I'm the hardest working human on earth? No, but sometimes maybe we get into a lull where we like our life, and we like to complain, and it is stressful. Maybe get a part-time job or a side hustle or do an Uber or, go online and try to find something to make a little extra income, because that'll help your stress level, So money is important. It's at the bottom of the list, but money's important, and that will help you become happier. And I'm not saying be greedy. I'm not saying be stingy. I'm not saying like, yeah, I gotta have $1 trillion. But yeah, I mean, if you do a little side hustle and you make $30-$40 extra a week, hey, times 4, right? That could be what's 40 times 4? I don't know. 4, 18, 27. What's 40 times 4? Hold on. Let's see. 40 times 4. Is this guy serious? 116, 160? Is it? 4, 8, 12, 6. Yes. Okay. 160. That's why I'm a DJ, folks. You see, I'm not good at math. But my point is $160 extra in your pocket. Hey, that's gasoline, that's lunch, that's, paying phone bill. Like, it's going to help. Like, so, sometimes we need to work a little extra. And there's a lot of people that I know, they don't like working, and but they're stressed about money. Well, then, yeah, like, get a 3rd job, like, or get a 2nd job, or, try figure out a way to live within what you have, like maybe you don't need to buy canned soda every week. That adds up. Maybe you don't need to buy bottled water. Like, you're not going to die if you drink out of your faucet, folks. You got to be fine. People have done it for hundreds of years, probably. You know what I mean? Like these little things add up. Like trying to budget better. Anyways, but money can make you happier to an extent. I'm saying so, but the big three are relationships, food, and exercise. And you know, relationships and exercise are free, and then the top two or three. And food, you know, you can argue. I mean, no one's saying buy filet mignons, but again, like I don't know. Do you need to drink soda? Water's free, or it's very low cost, right? It's your faucet. I mean, don't drink your calories. Like you'll feel better. So you don't have to buy liquor. You don't have to buy, cupcakes. You can get the same or even more in fruit than cupcakes. So, anyways, there's little things you could do, and I understand nothing's a silver bullet. What's it gonna do for me to do one thing? Shh, quiet. It's step by step by step by step by step by step, and it starts to add up. You have to take an interest in your life. You deserve the best. I want the best for you. I want the best for me. I'm learning. I hope you're learning. So I hope that helps. I mean, I know it helped me because when I did the research, I'm like, yeah, I gotta work on some of these things. I mean, I gotta work on my food. I mean, I'm pretty good, but I could do better. Exercise. I do exercise a lot, but I could turn it up. And my relationships, I could do better on that too, I guess. Yeah. Like I could, sometimes, I'm just like, F everybody, but I'm like, that's not good. That's not good, Anthony. You know what I mean? So anyways, if I got to work on it, you got to work on it. We can do it. I believe in you. You deserve the best. Our bodies are Ferraris. We don't put shit fuel in the Ferrari. We put quality fuel in this, quality relationships, quality lifestyle. Okay. God gave us this amazing machine. We have to respect it. We got to do the best we can for it. Okay, folks, I think that's it. So don't forget, like, subscribe. Come on, man. Listen, can we get one more subscriber? Because then we'll be over the threshold of, I don't want to tell you, but just do it. Come on, share with somebody you love. And I think I'm done. Okay, I got to go walk my dog. And get yourself a pet if you can. They bring happiness too, by the way. Even if it's just a turtle, honestly. So I am done. Thanks, everybody. I'm out, and more great content coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.